got the world by the balls and everything's great. And then all of a sudden your world changes. And then when you come back from that, it changes your priorities. Absolutely. So, you know, I really like the person I am today, and I don't think I would be the person I am today had I not gone through that. It was a horrible time, but I'm very grateful for it because it got me where I am today, which is doing the show. So now I'm not so grateful.
So
you moved up to the big time.
Now I'm back in the garage here doing a radio show.
Well, since you said it's neurological, do you think that that might have something to do with any of the accidents that you were in?
Absolutely. I think I knocked a wire loose is what happened. I think I can pinpoint it. They don't know for sure, but I had a really bad accident in, well, I've had so many head injuries, I don't know when it was. I think it was 92. I blew over the Budweiser, and I was unconscious for about 20 minutes. And then when I start thinking back at that time, it was sometime after that I noticed my voice was starting to change, and I just was clearing my throat a lot. And so I'm thinking that that's where I knocked the blue wire off there.
Wow. Oh, man. Well, we're glad you made it through that.
Definitely.
And that you can, made you a better person. You learned from it, whatever, and you got over depression.
Actually, Bernie Little had a pretty good line because I was driving for Bernie when I lost my voice completely, and Bernie said, I got the best race driver in the world. He can win, but he can't talk. Perfect.
Thanks, Bernie. All right. Well, hey, we got a special treat here. We're going to play a classic clip from when you were on the Robin and Maynard show. And this had us all laughing then. It still has us laughing now. Kick back and enjoy this for a moment.
Hi, this is Chip Hanauer. In the radio dramatization that you're about to hear, I play Captain E.J. Smith, the captain of the ill-fated Titanic. I do this not for the entertainment value and certainly not for the money, but purely to tell the story that truly happened.
Take a journey back in time.
Wow, what a boat. I'll bet a young stud like me will stack babes up like cordwood.
To discover the splendor of an unsinkable ship.
Well, you know, this cruise ship thing is boring. I think I should have stayed with hydroplane racing.
That sank like 10 pounds of spuds in a 5-pound sack.
Nothing dramatic happens like those great accidents I used to have.
Chip Hanauer is Captain E.J. Hornblower.
Look, a mermaid with big tits.
Really, where?
And Roy Otis is Chief Navigator.
Made you look.
Roy Otis in an exclusive presentation of KZOK and the Fishing Channel. Titanic, the miniseries.
I just won my ticket in a poker game, and I'm like a total babe magnet.
Shorty Peters is Leonardo DiCaprio.
What could possibly go wrong, Fabrizio?
What can go wrong? Well, look at the drapes. Look at the tablecloths. Look at the decoration. Oh, God, everything clashes in here. Who decorated this place? Eagle Hardware?
And Preston Pittler as Fabrizio.
I'm getting seasick looking at the walls. Ooh, stinkeroonie.
Titanic, the miniseries.
Otis, I appreciate you like to have fun. We all like to have fun at times, but...
Iceberg, dead ahead.
Now, there you go. Seriously, Otis. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Collide with destiny.
Can you see the iceberg out there?
And if this is going to continue to be a problem between you and I... No, shit. It's an iceberg.
Titanic, brought to you by the amazing glowworm.
The amazing glowworm catches trout, bass, crappie, marlin, tuna, salmon, and carp. Taken from 1997 bass champion Virgil Timmons.
If you don't catch more fish with the amazing glowworm, then I'm a no-good, dirty son of a...
Call 1-800-GLOWWORM now.
Special guest appearance by Gregory Peck as Deck Steward number 3.
Boys, we've been struck by the great white whale.
Good evening, folks. This is Captain Hanauer speaking. You'll notice some water running in the hallways. Not to worry, that's the toilets. Actually, back by popular demand, tonight is the Surprise Family Swim.
And featuring Richard Peterson as the White Star One-Piece Orchestra.
Either my split valve is backing up or this crate is sinking. For my next number, music to drown by.
Titanic, the miniseries.
Snow cones, 50 cents. Get your snow cones, 50 cents.
taped live in front of an empty theater at the Elks Lodge in Lake Tapps. Coming soon to the Fishing Channel. Also available on VHS, DVD, and SOL. Limited edition 3D swimming goggles available now at Chubby and Tubby.
Hey, Celine Dion, I have a...
All right, so that was that was Robin, Maynard, Chip, and a cast of thousands right there.
Yeah,
you remember doing that, Chip?
I do remember doing that. Surrounded by great professionals doing great professional work that I'm very proud to hear back today.
So how did you get involved with the Robin and Maynard show? I know you did more than just that. You were kind of a standard guest, like a lot of the people on there.
I actually met John. He was in the Tri-Cities. First I met John covering the race for who he was working for then, and he asked if I would do an interview with a guy named Roy Otis. And I said, absolutely. And the question that Roy asked me was if my mother made me a sandwich before I got in the boat. And this is the radio personality for me.
Well, we have a surprise for you. Actually, on the line right now is the one and only John Maynard. John, how you doing?
My, and what a surprise.
Lovely. Gosh, I am tearing up here.
Yeah.
Chip fell off his chair.
Kind of a Ralph Edwards thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a Ralph Edwards. It's like, God, it's my greatest surprise, though it's Maynard. Why is he on?
Now, John, do you remember meeting?
It would have been a surprise if it would have been Bernie Little.
Yeah.
Or Dave Villa. That would have been a surprise.
Well, Bernie's dead, so that would have been a super cool surprise.
That would have been Jonathan Edward.
That would have put the Convergence Zone on the map if they had dead people on.
Well, John, you're our first.
We got double D.
John, you're our first repeat guest on the Northwest Convergence Zone, so you'll have the record. You'll be like Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live.
I will.
Yeah. Well, for us.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
You'll have the most appearances.
Gee, John, our careers have really taken off, haven't they?
Kind of mining a shallow shaft if I have to be on twice.
Now, John, do you remember interviewing Chip that first time with Otis?
No.
John was drunk out of his mind at that time.
No, I was not. Well, actually, I was drunk, but I wasn't out of my mind. Well, I was out of my mind.
Which is what I said.
I left some chips on the table in the Tri-Cities that summer.
Who hasn't?
I was a good boy.
Now, John, when you moved to Seattle and you did the Robin and Maynard show, was it like a mandatory thing for you to hunt down Chip Hanauer? You guys did some great work together, or did that just manifest itself?
Well, in the first place, I'd like to, if I could take a moment to say that question made absolutely no sense.
He loves to bust my balls.
And number two, it was mandatory for anybody moving to Seattle to work with Robin. So.
Or sleep with her was mandatory for a lot of people.
When I went in, she was rolling through about two people a week. They either left crying or they were sleeping under the desk. I don't know. For some reason, we got. What do we get? 20 years out of it?
Yes.
And did you have any favorite moments with Chip?
No.
Chip's crying now. Yeah. All those years.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we had some good times.
I think John told me the favorite thing. He asked for an audio. John's studio looked a little bit like your garage here with a lot of stuff here on the. And he asked if I could sign a picture. So I wrote, John, go fuck yourself, Chip Hanauer. And that was on the wall there forever.
It was on the door, and it was on the door when these, the bluebirds came by for a visit, or the scouts or something.
They took highly to that, did they?
They liked it.
My favorite was when John, or I think it was Robin, made the Seafair Princess, or the queen, or whatever they call it, it made her cry because she called her fat, didn't she, John?
I remember, God, who's the guy that was with Seafair? The guy with the big voice. I'm going to space on his name, but I remember.
Pat O'Day?
No, it was, he kind of managed the Seafair, and he would bring